So, what you're going to want to do to change your oil, first you're going to want to go to the store and find what oil filter you're going to need for whatever car you have. I have a 2000 Ford Explorer. It's a 4-liter V6. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the book. You're going to find what type of car it is. Mine's a Explorer 4-liter V6. I'm going to go over to where it says filter up here. Frame guard extra. PH2. Then I'm going to go find it on the shelf. PH2. But it's better to get one that's longer. Gives it more oil in the system. So I'm going to get a PH8A, which is the exact same top, it's just longer. Then what you're going to want to do is make sure that it's down on the lock. So it's up. Then you're going to want to go under. Find your oil plug and your filter. Then get whatever you're going to drain your oil into. And we'll go start from there. And so now what you're going to want to do, you want to come underneath. Take... Take out this. Make sure that you don't get oil. Make sure you want to have an oil pan. This is going to be hot. There it is. Okay. Then you're going to want to wait for that to finish draining. Once that finishes draining, we'll pull out the oil filter. So now we're going to pull out the oil filter, which is up here. And that hopefully shouldn't be too hard to get off. And I just got oil all over my arm. Oh, no, you've got to be kidding me. There we go. Now once you've got your oil filter, yep, it's going to start having oil leak down from the filter as well. Try and make sure I don't get 100% covered in oil. Yep, you want to set this upside down in whatever you're draining it in, so it's able to drain. And then once you've pulled the oil filter and it's done draining oil, take your plug, put that back in. And once that's put back in, clean the oil off your hands, go grab your socket, tighten that back up, make sure that it's nice and snug, and then we'll put the oil filter on. We'll put oil in it and make sure it's all good. So, now what you're going to want to do, take your oil, open it up, take a little bit of your new oil on your finger, you're going to want to put it on the seal. So then you'll get a good seal when you're putting it back in. Then it told me to get a PH2 filter, but I got a PH8A because it's a little bit bigger, has a little bit flow, puts more oil in the engine. And now when you're tightening it, you don't want to over tighten it or it could leak. So once it starts to touch, you're going to want to go half to a quarter turn after. And it should be pretty good right about then. And now, just going to wheel our thing that we put all our oil in out of the way. Make sure no one's underneath the vehicle. Lift it up off the lock. Let go of the locks and put it down on the ground. And then we'll put oil in it. And if you don't know how much oil is supposed to be in your car, you're going to go to your owner's manual. And it should tell you in there. In the very back of your book, it'll normally tell you where stuff is. So engine oil. Mine is a 4-liter. That says 4.7 liter, 5 quarts. So now you take your engine oil. Mine tells me to put 5 quarts. This is a 5-quart thing, so I'm just gonna end up putting the whole thing in there. But I'm not gonna want to put it all in at one time. Gonna want to make sure that you don't overfill this. You always want to make sure that you do your oil changes like on time when you're supposed to. Unlike me, I was supposed to do mine, and mine hit 97,000 miles. It's now at 100,000 and I'm finally doing it. Okay, so that's all in there.
This one's a minute.
Going to put this down. Grab a rag, this, so I don't make a mess. Put my oil cap back on. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to check your engine oil dipstick. Make sure that's all good. Clean that off once. Stick it back in, pull it out.
Explain what it's supposed to look like.
Yep. And it'll have oil on it. So you pull it out once, clean it off, and you stick it back in. And it should have oil up to where there's a hashed out part on the oil, the dipstick. That means you have enough oil, and you're going to want to turn your car on. Let it run for a few minutes. Let it get oil in it. And if you want, you can stick oil in your oil filter before you put it on. Most people do. I forgot to. But it should be fine. Then you're going to let it run. Get up to temp. Make sure everything's running right. Make sure you don't have any warning lights on, and you should be fine. So, now that you changed the oil and everything, what I would do is I would write down how many miles are on it, the date, how much oil it took to fill it up. So then you will know when you are due for your next oil change. Yeah.